Guess what?
What?
I
You?
am better-ish for the most part. I mean,
You're
we're
better
together.
enough. Yeah. We're better together.
We're better together.
Like chocolate chip and peanut butter.
Yeah. We're like Reese's.
We are. Can I be the chocolate?
Can I be the cup?
Yes.
I just want to hold you.
Hold me together.
Who's our peanut butter? All these motherfuckers.
Yeah. All of our listeners are the peanut butter of our Reese's cup. And I just coat everyone, and you hold us all together.
I hold you in a flimsy fake wrapper. False sense of security.
At the slightest breeze, I will fall apart.
It's all for looks. And we all really know the best part is the peanut butter. That's the listeners.
It is.
I love this analogy. Oh my God.
But none of it works without all of it, you know?
Oh yeah, it'd be super lame. The peanut butter and the listeners, the chocolate and the peanut butter, those work pretty well without the cup.
I mean, but useless. Useless without something to hold them together.
Absolutely
They would
useless.
just fall apart.
God damn!
Anyway, so how the fuck are you? Erin's been on vacation forever, so I haven't seen her in a million fucking years.
We'll call it a vacation.
Yeah. Do you have a goddamn?
I do, actually.
Okay.
So, as everyone knows, I traveled across the country with my children. Everything was fine. We all survived. Everything was great. Whatever. There were no major meltdowns, right?
Congratulations, yeah.
Thank you. I deserve a fucking award, right?
You do.
Yeah.
Goddamn banner.
A goddamn banner.
The House of the Seidels.
I expected the airport to clap when I came off the plane, but no
was
one
clapping.
did. Yeah.
Oh, you just couldn't hear me.
That's probably
I'll clap
why.
louder.
That's probably what it was. Next time, please clap louder. Like, you have arrived. Now all you have to do is get your fucking car and go home. But while we were on said trip, we were on the East Coast. We're in Massachusetts. We're in fucking Cape Cod, baby, right? So the land of seafood and delicious fucking deliciousness.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need some fish and chips because this shit here in San Diego is not cutting it for me, and I need that in my life, right?
Okay, uh-huh.
My dad met us out there. Fucking excellent, right? We have a whole Airbnb. It's super cute. All the things. I think I showed you. There was a cellar. My kids were like, a monster lives down there. And I was like, absolutely.
Yep,
We're going to lock you
100%.
in there if
Yeah.
you do anything bad.
Great parenting.
Probably not, but worked. Worked really well. So then, like the second night we were there or something, my dad was there and we're like, okay, let's go get fucking fish and chips. We're going to bring it back home because I ain't doing that shit in a restaurant, you know? And also
with the kids.
This place is like a shanty too. It's like, you know, just fucking come up. Well, we got some tables outside. And I was like, mosquitoes, not doing that shit. Going back to the Airbnb, I'm going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So Brandon, my dad, and I were like set up in the kitchen on the dining table area. And then we were like, you know what, kids? It's a vacation. We're going to put you two in front of the TV. There's like a wall. Can't really see them. But I was like, they'll be fine. There's a TV. They got
Everything's
iPads. They got Kindles.
Enjoy your life.
Yeah, live your best life.
That's my every night.
I put them, we usually make them eat at the dinner table because I'm kind of a psycho.
My kids beg to eat at the dinner table. And I'm like, no, you're eating in front of the TV. I do not want to sit at that Lego table.
Don't be a
Or
monster.
the big table. Yeah.
No, we can see the TV from our dining table, though, so it's different. It's different. But, so they were all set up in the living room. We were in the kitchen. You cannot see each other, but we can hear them. I know if they're choking. And also, my kid will run up to me like, the sister's choking. And I'm like, what? And I like sprint over him. And then she's just looking at me like, everything's great. And I'm like, God damn it. But all right. Anyway.
Okay.
So we hear giggling. They're having a great time. We're like, oh, those are literally my favorite giggles. Brandon said my daughter was giggling in the other room and like the best giggles. And we're like
laughing her ass off.
Yeah, we're like, that is the best. That is so wholesome and like heartfelt and just amazing. What a good moment. I'm eating my fucking fish and chips. I was like, this is the best night of my life. My dad was like, everything is great. I haven't seen him in forever. So I was so fucking excited. It was just a great night. And then Brandon goes, you know, I'm just going to pop in and like look at him or whatever.
Oh, God.
And so he goes in there and then he came back and he had a look on his face like he had just seen Jesus or something.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what happened? And he said, there's food everywhere. They also had fish and chips because you tell them it's chicken and they love it.
Yeah,
they fucking love fish. You just can't tell them it's fish, right?
Yeah.
And chips
fucking psych them out.
are fucking fries. They love that shit.
Yeah.
On it, right? And he was like, there's food everywhere.
Oh, no.
Every time my little baby girl was giggling, apparently she was checking food, right? And my boy was like, that's funny. And she was like, wow, this is great, right? So not as wholesome as I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, like how bad is it? And he said, whatever you're picturing, fucking 10 times.
Oh, no.
10 times worse.
No. And you don't have dogs to eat it.
We don't have any dogs to eat it.
Yeah.
And also we're in a fucking Airbnb.
Oh, God.
And it's fish.
Yeah.
And it's like fish and chips fish. So it's the crumbliest fucking thing in the
Yeah,
world.
That's not good. That's
And
a
I was
mess.
like, oh no. And my dad was like, oh no. I'm like, did you pick it up? And he was like, no, I'm going to finish eating first. Like, that is a job for later. Right. And I was like, oh, fuck, it's got to be really bad. Dude.
Wow. Did they like have a food fight in there?
There was a fucking food fight. It was a fish-tastrophe. It was fucking everywhere. It was on the couches. It was under the couches. It was on the rug. It was in the rug. It was under the rug. It was fucking mushed into like the hardwood floors. It was on the chairs. It was on the windows. It was on the fucking glass door. It was on like the what is that called? Like TV center thing, entertainment center thing. It was on that. It was in that. It was on the TV. I was like, are you fucking
How
shitting
did it
me
get
right
so
now?
bad?
They just threw it everywhere. And then it's like they throw a chunk and that shit explodes because it's fucking crumbly as hell.
Yeah.
And fish comes in like tiny little shredded pieces for some reason that barely holds itself together anyway.
Uh-huh.
It was everywhere. It was everywhere.
Oh,
Oh my God. And my son was like, it was all sister.
Yeah,
right?
they always do that shit.
Yeah, and she's just laughing still. 'Cause she's like, isn't this great? I fucking painted the house, right?
Yeah. Great idea, right, Mom? Do you like it?
It's fish gray. It's beautiful. It matches the sea decor. And we were like, you're an accomplice, right? Because you got to teach him early to fucking snitch on his friends, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if you were out graffitiing with your friends or your friends are doing it, then you're in trouble too. And we had to instill that in him. So then they had to sit there and watch us clean it up.
Oh,
and
wow. What a terrible
I
punishment.
know. But also they have stupid fat fingers and they can't do it themselves. So.
I know. And it's worse if you tell them to do it.
Oh my God, it's so much worse. It just
then-
gets everywhere.
And then they just bitch the whole time, too. And you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do
and
it.
you're like, there's some right fucking there. Stop grinding it into the floor with your knees. All right, whatever. Just go sit down. Sit in timeout and watch me.
I like it.
And I'm going to be very angry and look at you very angry all the time.
Oh, no.
But also, it was kind of our fault because we were like, they're fine.
Everything's great. Oh, I think every parent does that. Like, you know it's going to be a fucking shit show when you go back in there, but you just need your moment.
Yeah,
And it's such a
that's
great
literally
moment.
why Brandon came back in and he's like, I'm just going to finish eating first.
That has happened to me very recently with a bath. Like, I could hear them splashing and giggling so hard. And I was like, oh, there's going to be water everywhere. And then I actually, like, I gave myself my time. And then I'm like, okay, I really should go check on them. It's a bath. And when I walked in, my oldest son was like rocking himself like he was a boat so that the water would splash out like a wave onto the
geez.
floor. And I was like, oh my God, it's so much worse than I thought it was. Had to put fans in the bathroom that night. But anyway.
Oh no. Yeah, we had to move the couches, like
Oh, God.
sweep everything. We swept everything onto the rug. We took the rug outside. And I was like, maybe you guys should take the rug out back and like beat it
Shake
off
it.
there, so that it all
Yeah.
just goes out there. My dad and Brandon were like, great idea, Erin, solid plan, except we're going to go out the front door because it's closer. And I was like, okay. And they went out there and they dumped it all off. And I don't know if you know what a perfectly manicured lawn looks like with fish on it.
No.
And french fries. I was like, this is very obvious.
Like you didn't hide it.
You couldn't have done this out back where it's not like a perfect fucking manicured lawn. Like,
Hopefully something eats it before we leave.
yeah. We woke up the next morning and my dad was like, oh, I figured the critters would have come. They did not.
Oh, no.
There are no critters. There are birds, and they're like, fucking, it's an oriole. It can only eat, like, mash from the fucking beak of another bird or whatever. Like, they're, I don't know, delicate or something. There's no deer.
Oh, no.
There's no, like, bears.
I don't even know if deer like fish.
I don't either. I don't even know if birds do. But I was like, what the fuck are we supposed to... There's chipmunks there. Do chipmunks like fish? I don't either. But...
Fuck, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Then we had to move all the couches. Then we had to sweep it all. And I was like, I guess we'll know in a couple of days if we missed any because it's fish.
Did you get it all?
I think so. Yeah, it didn't
nice.
smell or anything. And then we got a really good review from the place that was like, Brandon and his family treated this house as if it was their own. And I was like, if you only knew how accurate that statement is.
If you only knew what we had to do.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry for doing that.
Oh my God, that's great. Oh, fuck, that sucks.
Yeah. But anyway,
But you
that's
survived.
my goddamn. Yeah.
Yay. Well, you know my goddamn.
I do. It should actually be mine.
I actually have 2 goddams.
Okay, tell us.
The second one is really quick, but the first one is the most important, and that's that I got a new puppy. I got a new puppy. It's a she, and it's
as far as you know.
As far as I know, I've seen it, and it's 8 weeks old. And it's a Bernese Mountain Dog.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
Mixed with a McNab, which I had to Google what that was.
You're going to have to text that to me because I'm going to look it up.
Yeah. Also, it looks just like a Bernese Mountain Dog.
Yeah.
Like, it must be a little bit of McNab. I don't really know the details. I think I was told the details, and I was just so excited because I was holding this cute little fucking puppy with the biggest paws in the whole entire world. This thing's about to be a beast.
Dude.
And she's got little freckles on her nose, so we called her Chip because she got chocolate chips on her nose.
Or you could call her Reese. She's got a little brown and light brown.
I know. She's so
and
cute.
She's a little Reese's peanut butter cup.
Well, and also my oldest son was like, actually Chip came up first because he was like, we like to eat chips. And I was like, fucking genius.
Love it.
And then we see the little freckles and dots and we're like, oh, it's because she's got like chocolate chips on her nose. But she's so sweet and I love her so much. And she is literally the chillest like little puppy.
Oh my gosh.
She's like
such a
hyper and
sweetheart.
excited and kind of nips a little bit. But like Chelsea was so much worse as a puppy than Chip is. So much worse. I almost died with Chelsea. I was like, what the fuck have we done? But
Chell
Chip like
is
sleeps
a
in her
high
bed.
energy dog.
Yes, yes. And Chip is for like little spurts.
Yeah.
And then she like crashes and sleeps forever.
Yeah.
So she's fucking perfect.
Yeah. Aww.
And I cannot wait to see how big she gets.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
And she's so sweet. She's got the softest little ears. And she's got a little puppy face. And we just love her so fucking much.
Oh my God, she has the fluffiest little head. I was squeezing the shit out of her little face.
Don't you just want to put your face in her face?
I do, except she goes.
Yeah, she tries to eat you.
This little
She went for
alligator.
your jugular earlier.
She did go for my jugular. That's kind of my fault because I was trying to take her home with
Yeah.
me. So
Well, she knows. She said, no, I belong with my mom.
she was like, stop that. I belong here. And I was like, as far as you know, you're not chipped yet, Chip.
I do need a Chip. Fucker.
Chip's got Chip.
Oh my God.
You better do it soon or I'm going to chip her to my house.
Hell no. Actually, I would be okay with that because if anything happened.
As long as she goes somewhere she knows is safe.
Yeah. It's like if I die, you get my kids, you know?
Yeah, and your CDs and stuff. I'll also get your dogs.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I know. I'm so excited, but I feel kind of bad because you're going to watch the dogs in like 2 weeks.
Don't
so
feel
I'm
bad.
giving you a puppy.
Don't feel bad
good luck.
because I'm literally willing to take her tonight to watch her in fucking 3 weeks.
Maybe you could teach her not to fucking nip.
I can't. I don't know how. Other than crying when she does it.
They eventually stop.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
what I remember from Chelsea.
She's a puppy.
Oh,
yeah.
but here's the most important part about Chip is that I'm going to train her to be a cadaver dog or
Hell
a
yeah.
human's remain detection pup.
Hell, ooh, okay.
Oh, I might have done some research on
okay.
this. Okay.
Yeah.
I might have done some research on this. It costs a lot of money, but I am going to fucking invest in this dog and we are going to go remain hunting.
Yep.
But did you know that they train them like you can get fake chemicals made to smell like, I almost said taste like, different levels of decay.
I only know that because you texted me that like 2 days ago.
Fucking weird. Also, kind of want to buy it to smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you are really going for it, you can buy people's placenta and they'll use that to train the dogs.
Had I known, I would have just kept my placenta.
Fucking right. I didn't know there was an option.
I can't pop out another baby now. You gotta do it.
Hell no. I just got a puppy.
Put in the effort to train
I
this
got
dog,
this. I got this.
Stacey.
I will pay somebody else to use their placenta.
All right, that's fair.
Also, I learned
If
that
anybody's looking to donate a placenta,
I do not want it.
send it to the
gotta-
P.O. box.
There's got, oh my God, Aaron. There's got to be laws on this.
2764.
Stop it. How fucking weird would that be? What a biohazard. Don't
yeah.
go shipping your placenta to just anybody, okay, guys?
Just make sure it's watertight, like the packaging.
like use Glad.
could
or is
you
it like
imagine
the
a
Ziploc
drippy ass
bag?
package?
Ew, so gross. So gross. Okay, wait. But the last little bit I had on that was that like trainers will use their own blood
Ooh.
to have like, I don't know how the dog knows like how long the blood is dead. I don't
like,
know the
fresh
logistics.
blood?
We're going to figure it all out.
I'll donate my blood to this cause.
But how fun would it be? Because also we could probably go to like a body farm because it'd be like training for the dog. And I've always just wanted to go to
trip.
one in general.
Yeah, I'm
Is that
definitely going
weird?
with you to
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it is weird
Okay.
to answer that question. But also, I've been finding that I have different opinions than most people on
Agreed.
what I think is weird.
Same.
So
Me too. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay. goddamn number 2, though, because this just happened right before this, so I had to share this because we always talk about our children and what great parenting we are and do and all this stuff. So I went to go pick up my kids from daycare today, and I always ask, like, how were they? Did they behave and everything like that? And daycare lady was like, yep, older one was great. The younger one had some foul language. And I've never heard her say that. And I was like, what does that mean? And like all the other kids were around us. And she mouthed that my younger one said, oh, what the fuck? Like more than once.
In his sweet little voice.
He's so, well, and he always goes like, what in the world? And he's got like this tiny little voice. And he has said under his breath, like, Jesus, Mom, Jesus. Like, and I never correct him. I never correct him because when he was saying the Jesus under his breath, I was trying to get him to go to sleep, so I was trying to ignore him. But I was like giggling. But the what the fuck? Oh my God. I've never heard him say that.
Oh my God.
But 100% he gets it from us.
Yeah.
Lee and I, we don't censor ourselves at all.
Kids will learn not to repeat after you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to teach this one. But she looked, I mean, she knows
horrified.
Us. She knows us, but I felt judged. And I'm sure if she ever hears this, she'd be like, I was not judging you at all. But in that moment as a mom, I was like, oh my fucking God. Which is worse.
Which is worse.
Oh my God. I told Lane he was cracking up. He was almost crying laughing. He's like, that's fucking great. That's fucking great.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, what the
fuck?
fuck?
Did he use it appropriately?
Yeah.
Like he dropped something and was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, he does it all the time with what in the world. Like if something doesn't work, he'll go, oh, what in the world?
Oh, what in the world?
God, kids are fucking weird.
Oh my God, I love them so much.
I do too.
Oh, that's great.
I know. So anyway, just breeding them correctly.
You know, that's what we do. They'll learn.
Fucking heck and what the fuck.
Yep.
We'll get there. Okay, so do you want to hear my true crime story today, Erin?
Ooh, true crime. I noticed you did not say murder there. Is that relevant?
Nope, just said true crime instead of murder.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this week I'm going to tell you about David Cullen Bain.
Cullen?
Edward? Nah, that's just his middle name, but I kept it because of Cullen.
Yeah, obviously. And also Bane, like the bane to my existence, or like Bane, you've not seen I grew up in this, it was a man who's been molded by the snow.
It's like rain, but with B.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, Bain, like rain, but with a B.
Okay.
David Bain was born in Dunedin, New Zealand.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was like sometimes in the 70s, but I didn't write that part down. But that's not relevant near here nor there. You know what I'm trying to say.
It's not relevant around this time frame.
Not important to the story.
Yet.
But he was the first son of 4 children to his mother and father. In case you're wondering who birthed them. But his mother's name was Margaret, and his father's name was Robin, like Williams, the Bain.
Ooh.
When he was young, his father moved the family to Papua New Guinea, where his father worked as a missionary teacher.
Okay. No big deal.
Surprise.
Yeah, a little bit.
For us in the U.S., where we don't move anywhere.
Well, it was like you moved to Papua New Guinea? Like, what? It's actually the second time I've heard that country referenced today.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I have not heard it in, 17 years before that.
Oh, okay. We're getting somewhere here.
Go on.
I don't know where we're getting, but, deja vu.
It just means that, we're on the right track. We're on the right path.
It's like you're manifesting it.
I am.
Interesting.
This podcast was meant to happen tonight.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So after 15 years of living in Papua New Guinea, the family moved back to New Zealand, and it was 1988-ish.
Okay.
Around the time that they moved back, his parents started to experience relationship problems.
Ooh.
Sounds like the marriage started to kind of fall apart.
Mm-hmm. She was like, you dragged me to Papua New Guinea.
And then back
to be your missionary wife.
Yes.
And now we're back here, and I just found friends out there. I just found my place.
And now I got to go back. They actually moved back into the home that they lived in before they moved.
You can do that?
I guess.
Like, it's conveniently for sale again. Or is that a hostile takeover?
I'm over here judging. That happened to me.
Did it really?
Yeah, that happened to me because trailer life, #trailer life.
#trailer life.
When I was born, my parents lived in a trailer.
Born in a trailer.
I was born in a hospital, but my parents lived in a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we lived our best life. And then when I was 10, whoever bought that trailer from my parents never changed over the title. Like you literally change a title over like
a car, yeah.
But, or a deed to a house, but they call it a title. And the lady just abandoned it. So my parents got like a letter in the mail and they were like, hey, you're fucking shit. You need to like pay your taxes or something. My parents were like, that's not ours. But also they were in a really rough spot and wanted to get the fuck out of Florida where I met Joanne.
Yeah.
And they were like, hallelujah. And then we moved.
That's fucking legit.
Anyway, total sidebar. Back to New Zealand. So now they're living in the same house that they used to live in before.
Pretty cool.
So David starts to take a huge interest in music and singing, and he is going to school, whatever, doing his thing. And he eventually goes to university, and he studies classical music and takes professional voice training lessons.
Oh, okay.
Homeboy can sing, evidently.
Homeboy's gonna be an entertainer.
Oh, yes. He's like, Poti volare. Beautiful.
Was that real, or did you just make that up?
That's from, it is a real song, but
I have chills.
I stole it from Step Brothers. It's the song he sings at the goddamn Catalina wine mixer.
Goddamn Catalina wine mixer.
Now, we're going to fucking jump right into some shit, okay?
Yep.
That's pretty much all I have on backstory.
Okay.
On
Pretty
the
good
morning,
backstory.
Yeah, pretty solid laying of the ground.
Yeah.
The foundation. On the morning of June 20th in 1994, David gets up early in the morning to do his paper route. So I guess he also, because they said something about like he wasn't employed, but evidently he ran the paper route in the morning.
Okay.
But
I was
he's
gonna
22 at this point.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to be in his 20s at this point. Paper route, probably not his ideal career choice. But
Probably not. Maybe gives him a couple bucks to do some shit.
yeah, a little extra cash in your pocket.
Exactly. So he gets up in the morning, 5 a.m., goes and does that shit. And when he gets home, something terrible had happened in his house.
Oh, no!
As he's walking in, he finds his dad laying in the study, the living room. I don't know what the fuck it is.
We'll call it a library.
Yeah, we'll call it in the library, in the West Wing.
Don't ever go in the West Wing.
What's in there? And he had obviously been unalived. He was dead.
Oh, no.
And there was blood everywhere. So David immediately calls 111.
I'm sorry. That's not funny.
I know, it's not funny, but to us, it's weird.
Yeah,
Instead
it's a
of
little
911.
funny. It's like when they're like, they called 999, and I'm like, that feels like a mistake.
You're too nervous. You got to go on to the other numbers. It's 911.
It's all wrong. It's just you're shaking too much. Okay, 111.
111 is much easier in the state of an emergency.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. But 911 feels less like unintentional. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, so he calls 111 and the police come and are like, yep, he's dead. So it turns out that in each room of the house, all members of David's immediate family had also been shot. I don't know if I mentioned that he had been shot.
You did not.
Sorry.
You just said he had been unalive.
Yeah, he had been unalived. He had been shot. So like he'd been murdered.
Oh no.
Or had he? Okay.
Bum. Okay, who else is living with him at this point?
All
It's
right,
just-
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. So his mother, Margaret, who was 50, she was found dead in her bedroom.
Oh.
His sister, Arawa, who was 19. His sister, Laniet, who was 18. And his brother, Stephen, who was 14. They had all been shot in their own home in their own bedrooms while they had been sleeping.
What the fuck?
Fucked up. And at 5 a.m. in the morning when David had left, everybody was fine. And
As
then,
far as he knows.
yeah,
He probably didn't go check them all out.
Maybe
but
not.
he probably
Yeah.
also would have heard like gunshots and stuff,
or
right?
something. Or maybe had seen his father laying on the ground when he left.
No, I mean, he probably wouldn't, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
In the foyer.
I don't really know the layout of the house. So anyway, 5 days after the police are called and everybody's found dead,
Yeah.
David, who like I said is 22 at the time, and the only remaining survivor of his immediate family, is charged with the murder of his entire family. What the fuck?
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no, not David.
Not David.
I think it might have been David.
Do you think it was David?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you.
Because, I mean, like, maybe it was David.
Who fucking knows? I thought he was just doing some mail. Nope. Some
told us.
newspaper route.
Yeah, he told us he was doing some newspaper route.
That ain't what he told me.
Yeah, tell him what you told me.
David.
Yeah, Dave.
Oh, you guys that close? You could just call him Dave?
Yeah, I know him. Inside and outside.
So it took like a year before he actually went to trial. And in May of 1995.
Could you imagine not killing your family and being charged for their murders?
Oh, I couldn't imagine at all. And being that fucking traumatized.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that would suck.
Ugh,
That'd be horrific.
I'm assuming at this point, just the way that the story is being painted in my head, I'm assuming he didn't actually do it, but I have
really?
no idea, obviously.
Oh, really?
Oh, was that what you think? Because I painted it in such a way where he had a perfect alibi. And he woke up so innocently. Stretched and rolled out of bed.
Like singing Dixie, whistling Dixie, just throwing his newspaper out to each lawn. Hey, Bob. Hey, Cheryl, looking good.
You got to stop that sleepwalking. You're looking tired.
Yeah, looking tired. How the kids?
Anyway.
Yeah, so back to David here.
Yeah. Going to trial.
It took a year before his trial, and it started in May of 1995. So no one really knows what happened in the Bain family home. Yeah. But here is the prosecution's theory on the sequence of events that morning.
Okay, tell me what they... paint the picture.
Okay, so they are saying that on June 20th, 1994, David's alarm goes off at 5 a.m. And he gets up and he gets dressed and he puts on white gloves.
Okay.
I don't know where the white gloves come in, but he's got fucking white gloves. So there's not going to be any fingerprints, I'm guessing.
Do they have white gloves to package the newspapers? Okay, so generally in my experience with newspaper routes, whatever you want to call them, they have to go to a place and then they have to bag them themselves or they get them delivered to their house and they have to bag them themselves and then they go along their route. So I could see putting on gloves because the ink might still be wet. There might have been fresh fucking news, right?
Great theory.
They just fucking printed those bitch hot off the presses.
Hot off the press. Extra, extra. Read all about it.
Yeah, but then you put on gloves so you don't get ink all over your hands, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want everyone to know you.
But why would you pick white gloves?
That's a little different, but also maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know why they're white. Is that relevant that they're white? Or is it just like these white gloves?
I'm going to be 100% honest. These gloves are not relevant in my life at all because I probably did not do enough research.
Okay.
So homeboy puts on some white gloves according to the prosecution. He also puts on his mother's glasses
fucking weird.
Because his were getting repaired.
Okay. Do they have the same prescription?
No idea.
Does she have cat eye glasses?
No idea. I don't know the details at all. I thought it was kind of weird, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So then he goes to his closet, and he grabs his .22 rifle. He attaches a silencer, and then loads a 10-round magazine. I feel like I hope I said all of those words correctly.
I feel like, sure. Yeah. Okay.
He walks into his 18-year-old sister Laniette's room, where she's sleeping, and he points the gun at her head and shoots twice.
Fuck.
He then walks into his mother Margaret's room and shoots her right in the forehead, killing her instantly. He then walks into his 14-year-old brother Stephen's room and he puts the gun to his forehead, to Stephen's forehead. Ooh. But Stephen wakes up and he shoves the gun out of his face right as David pulls the trigger and the bullet grazes the top of his head.
Oh, no.
His scalp. And now he's bleeding. And Stephen and David, they struggle. They get into a fight. And they struggle for a moment. And David grabs Stephen by the T-shirt and twists it around his neck and strangles him.
Jesus.
And so as Stephen is like struggling and gasping for air and trying to breathe, David fires a shot right into Stephen's head.
Oh, my
killing him
God.
instantly.
That's horrifying.
Fucking right?
Where's Dad through all of this? Do Dad and Mom sleep in separate rooms?
Okay.
Because they're having relationship issues?
I'm going to touch on this in a moment, but now's a good time. So because they had relationship issues, the dad was sleeping outside in a caravan, which I'm assuming is like an RV.
Yeah.
Or like a van.
The only thing I know about caravans is from the movie Snatch.
Okay. I didn't see it, so.
Oh, it's really good, but it's like an RV.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a small RV, but I think that's just what they called it.
Okay, yeah. So he was sleeping outside in that. All right,
Okay.
when all this is going down.
Okay, so he can't hear anything.
He can't hear shit.
Presumably.
And also, remember, he had a silencer on his rifle. Pew, pew, pew. So now we've heard a little scuffle, maybe, with Stephen.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's a .22, so it'd be more like pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah. With a silencer, wouldn't hear
Can't
shit.
even hear that. Can't even hear that. It's like, what was that? Did somebody toot?
An angel just flew by. I've never heard a gun be silenced IRL with... like, be shot in real life with a silencer on.
Me either.
I wonder how quiet it actually gets.
It sounds like super futuristic in the movies.
Yeah, but that's movies, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Are silencers legal?
I don't know. Brandon would know. I'll have him get one.
Okay.
He'd be like, okay.
Great idea.
Let me do some research.
Oh, man. All right. So during the struggle with Stephen, David's glasses, or his mom's glasses, fall off his face. And they're on the ground now. And so David has to turn on the light so he can find his glasses because he can't see without them. He's blind. So he already killed his brother at this point. He's looking around. He finds his glasses. He picks them up, and one of the lenses had fallen out. And so he walks the glasses back to his room and sets them down on like his desk or a chair or something.
Okay.
He then walks out of his room and down the stairs of the home into his 19-year-old sister Arawa's room. Now, Arawa had heard the shooting going down and like the grappling and everything, and she was scared. So she drops to her knees and starts to pray.
Aww.
I'm guessing that they're a very religious family because the dad was a missionary and she drops to her knees to start to pray. So David bursts through the door and he fires a shot at her, but he misses her because he's not wearing his glasses.
Oh.
He then shoots again, hitting her in the forehead and killing her instantly.
Oh my God.
He goes back upstairs, and as he passes Laniette's room, the first sister he shot, he hears her making gurgly sounds.
Oh, I hate that.
Right? It's awful. So he goes in and he shoots her again on the top of the head, killing her instantly.
According to the prosecution.
Yeah, this is all the prosecution's theory. Now, David at this point has blood on his clothes, so he changes and he goes and puts his bloody clothes in the washer.
Okay.
He then grabs his dog, Casey, and he does his morning paper run.
Okay.
At this point, his father, Robin, who is still asleep in the caravan, he has no idea that the majority of his family has been murdered in their own home and in their own bed by their own fucking family member. And so David completes his paper run and he comes home and he goes to the family computer. His dad is still asleep. And he types up a fake, quote, suicide message from his father, supposed to be directed at David, basically saying, I'm sorry, like I killed the whole family, but you were the only one who deserved to stay alive. It was much shorter than that, but that's the whole gist.
It was shorter than that?
Yeah, it was like, you were the only one who deserved to live or something like that. But the whole theory is that
he was giving an excuse for why he was left alive.
Exactly. And everybody else was dead.
If his father had done this deed.
Yes. So David then hid in the curtains of the living room or the lounge or the fucking library, the West Wing, whatever. And he waited for his father to wake up and come into the room and pray, because I guess that was like his morning ritual, was to come in and pray. And when his father kneels down to pray, David aims the gun at his head and fires, hitting him and killing him instantly.
Okay.
He then lays the gun next to his father's body and calls 111 to report that that he had just found his whole family murdered.
Okay. Gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of plausible because, well, a couple of reasons. Number one, do we know where the dad was shot in the head?
Like which direction and all of that?
Yeah.
I don't know any of that.
Especially like with a rifle, that's longer. So like how, if he's like kneeling down praying, I'm assuming it's like the top of the head or the sides of the head. I just feel like it's very like, how do you fucking aim that, I guess?
Well,
To
I'm sure
suicide
like when he
yourself.
like prays, then David steps out of the curtains.
Well, but I mean, like, play the other angle. So, like, if the dad had actually done this, right? And it
you
wasn't
mean the suicide.
David.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if the dad had actually done this and it wasn't David, and he's like, I'm going to pray, and also I wrote this letter, and now I'm going to kill myself. With a rifle,
Gotcha.
they're generally long. How do you, like,
where was he shot in the head?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How do you
It's a
hold
great
that
question.
gun? I feel like that's a question that needs to be, I don't know, analyzed, answered, figured out. That's where my skepticism comes in a little bit. And also the idea that a dad, out of all of his kids, I guess David was the oldest, so maybe he has like this, you know, you're my oldest son, you deserve to live. Maybe that's plausible, but I also feel like a dad would just be like, if a dad got to that point, he'd be like, and also fuck everyone. Right?
Fuck you all. Yeah.
You caused me grief
I'm
through
gonna
my
be,
whole life.
I'm going to be 100% honest. There's more to the story that I'm going to tell you. And even knowing everything, I still don't know that I believe either option.
Okay.
So I don't really know. You're bringing up very great points. I don't know the logistics of the unaliving process and what the gun was like and all that. I'm sure I could easily look that up, probably in the article I link myself, but but I didn't get that far.
Yeah. Okay.
But these are great questions. So now, you know, the defense's side and what David claims is that he woke up in the morning to do his paper run, and then he returned home about 6:42 or 6:43-ish. And he went upstairs and took off his shoes and his newspaper bag. Didn't notice his dad, okay? So I'm guessing that is not on the entrance to the front door.
It's got to be an offshoot.
Must be, yeah. He then went upstairs. So it sounds like he kind of just ran in his room really quick to kick off his shoes and take off his newspaper bag. Mm-hmm. He then went downstairs to the bathroom and washed his hands because they were black from all the newspaper ink.
I thought he had gloves on.
Well, that's the...
Oh, prosecution's theory.
Yeah, which is why I'm wondering, like, did they just not find any fingerprints? And that's why they say he wore gloves and they happened to find white gloves in his room? Mm-hmm. But then you would think there'd be, like, blood or, like, shot residue on him or something. Yeah. But I don't know any of those details.
Okay.
So he washes the ink off his hands, and then he starts a load of laundry because he had been wearing the sweater that he wore on the newspaper run. He's been wearing it all week, whatever. It's just fucking time for him to do laundry. So he starts a load of laundry.
He just rode around on his bicycle all damn morning. Yeah. It's probably dirty. He's sweaty.
Yeah, especially if he wore it like every morning for a week. I'd wash it too. I'd be like, all right, throw this one in there too. Mm-hmm. And just take it off real quick because now I'm inside. I'm home. Mm-hmm. Fuck y'all, sweater. So then he goes back into his room and he turns on the lights. Because before, remember, he had just run in really quick and dropped everything off. So he turns on the lights, and that's when he noticed that there were bullets on the ground.
In his room?
In his room. And he also noticed that, like, okay, so I didn't write all this shit, but I guess his gun had literally, like, a key to unlock it. Now, I don't know if that was, like, the safe to unlock it because they made it sound like they called it, like, a safety. So I assumed that he turned the safety off. But now I'm starting to think maybe it was, like, in a safety box or something. Because he said he also noticed that the key was out of place. And he happened to have a spare key in the caravan that his dad was staying in the pocket of a jacket. So technically they both had access to this key, is what I'm telling you. And David noticed that it was out of place and that there were bullets on the ground. Okay, so now he's like, what the fuck is going on? And he goes into his mom's room to check on her and sees that she has been murdered. And then he goes and runs frantically to all of his family, you know, each of his siblings, and sees he's been murdered, and then finds his dad downstairs. And that's when he calls 111. Because they've all been murdered. And I guess he was like all shook up and everything. Also, I read that one of the reasons why he was so heavily suspected is because they think that he wasn't grieving properly. Like he wasn't giving the right response.
That's hard.
Right?
That's hard.
You just fucking literally saw all of your family's brains blown out.
How are you supposed to react?
I don't know.
I don't like that.
Okay, so at trial, the defense presents this alternative theory, and they say that the father did actually murder the entire family except for David because they at least offer a motive, okay? Because I don't really know what the David's motive was, like for him to do it.
Yeah.
So the defense says that it turns out that there were some incestual relations going on in the family.
Ew, David.
AKA molestation, not really actual like relations.
Okay.
David. Okay, so the dad, Robin, had been molesting the 18-year-old daughter, Laniette.
Oh, no.
And allegedly, Laniette had returned home recently because she was going to confront her family about the incest. Like, she was 18 now. She's out of the house. She had come back. She had confided in a friend, like, I'm going to go and tell my family that the shit is going on.
Well, and also dad's outside sleeping in the caravan. So it's kind of like, hey, it's us against you now. Like,
yeah. Fuck off.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, and remember, he's a missionary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Also, turns out, I guess he was like a principal of a school at this time. I don't know if it was like a religious school or what, but...
What about the other sister?
I don't know, because she kind of got taken out. She didn't survive, so I don't really know. I don't know what any take on the family is, but there is a friend who says, yes, that my friend confided in me that she was being molested by her dad and that she had gone home to go tell the family that this was happening.
Oh, my God.
So...
Well, that should be fucking looked at.
Right? Like I have some concerns. There's actually a legit motive
That
here.
is a great motive.
Right? So if she was going to report that this abuse was happening to the authorities, then Robin would be facing some like really serious criminal charges.
Yeah.
And this would give him the motive to kill anybody who might possibly know this.
Yeah.
Or have knowledge of this.
Well, he'd also lose like all of his jobs.
Right?
What if? He works at a school.
What if? Never mind. That won't work. Well, I guess it could work. But like, what if the dad killed all the kids and then David killed Robin for killing all the kids in the family? I don't know. This just popped in my head. Who knows?
Yeah. I feel like I would have gone with that defense if that was accurate.
Yeah.
I found everybody dead and he had a gun and then I took it from him and I killed him.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Or whatever.
He
was going to kill me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, David maintains his innocence the whole time. He's like, I did not do any of this shit. Margaret and Robin's marriage was like already on the rocks, right?
Which is also a motive, too. Like,
Right?
if...
I'm about to lose everything.
Yeah, he's about to lose his whole family, his house. He's outside in the caravan now. Like, that's kind of a... It's not a reason, but it's a motive.
Yeah. Also, I guess, per usual in our stories, the police didn't do a really good job at, like, doing a thorough investigation. Like, it sounds like they didn't handle everything properly. Because it turns out that during the investigation, Robin's clothing wasn't fully analyzed to determine if all of the bloodstains were truly his alone.
Oh.
So we don't really know if he had been shooting other people because there was no analysis done.
If he had other people's blood on him.
Yeah.
That's pretty telltale.
Telling. Yeah. So there's no way to tell.
Also, I feel like they're like, oh, David washed his clothes, right? If you're a chick, chances are you've gotten blood on clothing before.
A time or two.
A time or two. If you ever just pop that bitch in the wash, it's not...
It doesn't come out.
It's not going to come out.
No, you got to do some special treatment.
You got to have some special treatment to it beforehand.
Bloodstains orange, ain't it, Norman? It's normal, ain't it, Norman? I don't know. Anyway.
It's not going to just take everything out. You will know that there had once been blood there.
Yep.
So if David's clothes came out of the wash and they're like, well, he washed them. That's why they don't have blood on them.
Not a great theory.
Not a great theory. Like, you'd still see... I mean, unless they were black, everything he was wearing was black. But also, if he's doing a fucking paper route, probably not wearing black.
Yeah,
at night,
you could just spray,
on your bike.
You just spray some luminol on that shit.
Well, I mean, even then, you could just look at it and be like, this looks not...
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it were black, you could.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. That's true. But
yeah, I don't know the state of his clothing. Like, I have no fucking idea. It's just...
Well, if they don't have, like, blood evidence, though, like, this is his sweater, it's covered in blood stains, then I'm assuming they're like, see, he washed it, though. See how, that's why it's clean.
Yeah, that would be pretty suspicious.
Which to any chick is like, that's not how that works.
Yeah. That would be suspicious if it were all, yeah.
If it was perfectly clean, I'd be like, that doesn't look like he had any blood on it ever.
Yeah. Maybe speckles or something.
Yeah, unless he knew how to, like, take care of that.
Maybe it had Scotch Guard on it.
Oh, maybe his mom was real good at laundry.
Is that like a workaround? Can you just Scotch Guard all of your clothing and blood will never stick in case you ever have to create a murder?
I'm going to start to Scotch Guard all my underwear.
Do you know
Does it make it starchy?
No, it just makes it, like, hydrophobic, but not just blood. All your snail trails are just going to be, like, slipping on down your leg.
Ew!
You want some absorbency. I don't know if those underwear will sell well. Oh, my God. Even the blood would be dripping everywhere.
Oh, man.
But you would never get a stain.
That's true. Except on your pants. I guess it would just go out.
Well, we'll just Scotch Guard the pants.
Scotch Guard everything.
Everything. That's
your
what I'm
socks
saying.
Just trifles down.
Yeah.
But you hopefully catch it by then, and then you could, like, wipe it up. Before
It's like wearing a rubber suit.
That sounds horrible.
Oh, my God. What a weird thing. What a weird concept.
I wonder if someone's tried that.
I don't know. I have questions. Guys, somebody out there Scotch Guard your underwear and let us know what happens.
Yeah, please.
Patent pending, TM. Trademark 2022. Oh, God. Or not. It might be the worst idea ever. We don't really know. Somebody
just
tell
in
us.
case it's not,
Trademark.
it's ours.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll call it Snatch Guard.
It's perfect.
The hydrophobic underwear. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Okay, this is where great inventions are created.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now, like I said, the dad's shirt wasn't tested to see if all of the bloodstains were his or could potentially come from other family members.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they did do a firearms residue test on Robin's hands, and it came back without any residue, but it had been done 5 hours after he had been discovered, which I guess residue can leave like an hour after being fired. Leave, like dissipate, be non-detectable.
Really?
I honestly wouldn't think it would be that way if you had shot a gun that many times.
Yeah.
But I guess it's further away.
My thought process on that is, like, if he's dead, he's not moving or, like, moving his hands around to, like, dissipate it.
Oh, here's the second part of that sentence. So the residue testing had been done after he had been transported to the morgue, and the hands were not protected. Like, you know how usually they'll bag up the hands? Mm-hmm. To, like, save any kind of evidence? That had not been done in this case. even though
That's kind of fucked up.
Even though it was like a suicide, it was staged to be a suicide.
Yeah.
Like you think they would protect the hands.
Yeah.
Because you're going to need to find out if that's real. Like there's like 3 other people dead here. We should
Well, and like
bag
the
those
one
up.
living guy where you're like, but like maybe it was him.
It just goes to show they immediately thought it was David and they didn't do all the steps to ensure that it really was David. Like he was guilty before proven guilty.
Yeah, that sucks.
I know.
That sucks.
But Robin had also had 6 fresh injuries to his hands, which would indicate that he had struggled with somebody, where David did not. Remember the Stephen grapple?
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay, so here's what we have in terms of timelines.
Okay.
We have at 5:30 a.m., David's alarm was set to go off and did go off, right? Mm-hmm. At 6:30 a.m., Robin's alarm was set to go off.
Okay.
Now at 6:30, that's when David's out on his run,
Yeah.
doing his newspaper run. At 6:45, David is seen delivering newspapers. So at 6:45, he is not in the house.
Oh, I thought he got home at like 6:41/6:42.
Yeah, it was 6:42, 6:43-ish.
Okay.
But somebody says that they saw him at 6:45. So
Somebody's clocks are off.
So around that time, he's delivering newspapers / probably came home shortly after.
Okay.
At 7 a.m., a neighbor was woken up by a dog barking, indicating that maybe something was going on at 7, like a struggle or a gunshot or whatever.
When did he call police?
He calls police at 7:09.
Because he got home, took off his clothes, put his shit in the washer, went back upstairs, all that. So that took him like around 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Longer than that. 25 minutes?
I'm thinking his timeline is off.
Yeah.
Or the person who saw him in the neighborhood, their timeline is off.
Well,
By 5 minutes or so.
their timeline would be more accurate to, I think, benefit his story.
Yep.
Of like, he got home, he went in, he like, whatever, put down all of his shit. He went to the laundry, did that. Because that'll only take maybe 10 minutes.
Here's the weird thing is that the suicide note had been typed up on the computer. Mm-hmm. And that had been done at around, I think it was like 6:44. But please note that in all of this timeline, so that would suggest that David was still out delivering his newspapers and that the dad really did write it. Or
According to the
somebody
neighbor.
else did all of this and it wasn't David or the dad.
Yeah.
But all of these timelines are so janky because even like the computer thing, they're saying like, oh, well, it's kind of like a roundabout time and it's when the computer was turned on, not when the note was actually written. And the time for when the police had gotten there or something, like the guy's watch was off by a couple of minutes and they later found out that it was 2 minutes earlier than it really was. So honestly, the timeline, it seems like the perfect terrible storm because all of these things happen so quickly and consecutively.
Time is imperative, yeah.
And there's just no real clear account of what the fuck happened, other than, in my opinion, based off of what I've heard so far, there's some sort of reasonable doubt that David potentially did not do this. Like,
Yeah.
if he was gone, like, you
Yeah.
got to get some more information.
Yeah. Well, also, it's like 90 something, right? 94, 95?
Yeah, I think
Somewhere
so.
around there?
Yeah, 94.
You had to set all your clocks then.
Yeah, I think that's how they. Oh, I know. Do you remember calling? I was just talking about this at work. Do you remember calling on the phone to see what time it was so you
Yeah.
could set your clocks?
Yeah. I don't remember, but I think you had to set them on your computer, too.
You might be right.
Because internet wasn't like it was obviously there, but it wasn't like a fucking satellite. This shit just does it for you. It's like,
Yeah.
and also what time is it? What day is it? When you're like setting up all your shit.
Yeah.
So like that clock could be different than the neighbor's clock, could be different than David's clock, could be different than fucking Margaret's clock. Like all these clocks could just be slightly off within minutes, which my fucking clocks used to be
Oh,
before it
all
was
of
all
mine
satellite.
are in this
But
house. Yeah.
yeah, mine were always way off. I set mine 5 minutes.
On purpose.
Yeah, like different on purpose. I don't even know if it's before or after.
Nobody knows.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
matter. It's all a trick. It's
the
all an
one that'll
illusion.
make
Time is not real. There is no time in the North Pole.
time is not
Don't get
real.
me started.
Okay, but that's what I mean is that that time in that time period in the 90s was almost not irrelevant, but like
It was
a
even
guess.
worse.
It was a guess. It was
was
a
even
best
worse.
estimate. Yeah.
We're all just making shit up. We're floating around on this rock and we're like, fucking time.
So the timeline on it is kind of
Yeah, but it's also kind of important.
it's
If we
very
wanna-
important.
Yeah, we wanna
but
know
it's,
who did
it's
what.
real flimsy.
I know. Okay, so it also turns out that Robin actually was, quote, suffering from a disturbed mental state. I guess he was the principal at a school, like I said, and had hit a student.
Ooh, can't
As-
do that.
You can't
Anymore.
do that. I guess, well, I mean, I guess maybe it was his school or something, though. I don't really know. He was a principal.
Well, if it was a
Religious school?
private school. But
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's a private school too, I think rules are different.
They're different.
They're
You pay
different.
me to do this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, he had published a cartoon in the school newspaper about somebody murdering their entire family.
What?
What the
What?
fuck? I have no idea.
What?
But then when they say he published, did he like literally submit it and publish it? Or was it like he was supposed to okay it and he just didn't actually
He
okay it?
signed off on
I
the
don't
thing
really
that the
know.
kids put together or whatever. He's
Yeah.
like, whatever, that is kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't really know.
And it's
but,
the 90s, so we're not sensitive.
Yeah, so it's fine. But the jury never actually heard any of that in trial.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
A
that's
friend,
bad.
like I said, also said that her friend had come to her and said that her dad was abusing her, sexually
Yeah.
abusing her, and that she was going to tell her family. But that friend also wasn't allowed to testify in the trial.
Because that doesn't fit the prosecution's narrative.
I don't know. But the judge wouldn't allow it entered as evidence.
Why? Because it's hearsay?
I have no idea.
Objection. Hearsay.
I know. I would like to build some character. I'd like to lay the foundation.
Yeah, I'd like to lay the foundation that
Objection,
Exhibit A-
leading. Clearly, we've all been watching the Heard and Depp trial. Depp versus
Yes,
Heard. I don't
we
know.
have.
Anyway, another thing is that there was evidence of a bloody footprint, and evidently this bloody footprint was made by a sock that had a lot of fucking blood on it.
I thought you were going to say a lot of toes. And I was like, how many
Oh,
toes?
That's so weird. No, it had a lot of blood on it.
Okay.
And they measured the footprint and they said that it was too big to be Robin's and it had to be David's.
Was it the perfect size for David's?
It was like the motherfucking glass slipper. No, it was
Okay.
not actually.
Oh.
Well, it was presented as it had to be David's because it couldn't have been anybody else's, but it was never presented that it actually matched the measurement of David's, which
Okay.
is fucked up.
See, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Because
well-
it can't be Robin's. So it's
Yeah.
too big for Robin's. That doesn't mean it can't be anybody
Else's. Exactly. And then also, when you actually measured the footprint, it was closer to Robin's size than it was David's size.
What?
Like David's foot was bigger than this foot stamp.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
So Robin could have like stepped and slipped a little,
Perhaps.
making it a little longer or something.
Yeah, perhaps. But of
interesting.
course, the jury didn't know this either, right? They were presented that this had to have been David's footprint.
Is David in prison?
Well, there was also other consistency issues with the time of the computer that was turned on, like I said, and David and the time that David had returned home, as well as the glasses lens found on the floor of Stephen's bedroom.
Okay.
So I guess they found the lens on the floor, but this lens was actually under a bunch of shit and it had a bunch of dust on it, suggesting that it had probably been there for a long time. But, you know, the prosecution saying, oh, they got in a struggle and that's how the lens fell out. But it could have just fallen out any other time. And for some reason, the glasses were sitting in David's room.
Because he's like, I don't know where the fucking lens is.
I'm going to put these here, even though they're his mom's glasses. But maybe he had been using them when he had lost them. I don't really know.
Yeah, maybe they're her older glasses, though. Like, you know how
What?
you always have that old pair of glasses, like a spare pair?
Yeah. I was wearing mine today and I totally forgot. And I brought them inside because they sit in my car. And I was like, no, these belong out there.
These are car spare glasses.
Exactly. We
Yeah.
don't want to be lost without those. Another thing was that the rifle had bloody fingerprints on it, and those bloody fingerprints were definitely David's. Like, they tested positive for David's,
Uh-oh.
but the blood was never tested for human blood. And later on, it was tested, and it was found to be like raccoon blood.
What?
I mean, it was his gun, and he was shooting raccoons, but that's not a fucking crime.
That's the most redneck shit you've ever said. He was shooting raccoons, but that's not a crime. Okay, but just because I would have wiped off the blood that I got on my gun does not mean that everyone would, and I get that.
Well, I don't think it was like literally covered and crusted in blood. It's probably like it had a bloody fingerprint on it.
Still.
Boys are gross.
Yeah, but you're also supposed to clean your guns. Any self-respecting man who loves his guns is going to clean his guns after every time he goes hunting.
Oh, no, that doesn't happen.
Oh, it does.
Not in like Virginia. You're using them all the time. I ain't got time for that shit.
Fair.
It's not like out here where it's like a novelty. Like,
Yeah, when you
we're
go
just-
shooting, you
Yeah.
come back and you clean your
Yeah.
guns. Okay,
Yeah.
no, fair.
Yeah.
But
You clean them occasionally, sure.
if there's blood on it, though, wipe that shit down.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. He probably didn't notice. It's like when you're like working on your car and you get oil on something, you touch something and you're like, oh, fuck, whatever. I'll wipe that later. Like, have you ever driven in a man's car and like the steering wheel is sticky on a hot day and you're like, Jesus Christ, wash your fucking hands, bro.
Yes.
Then it
Fair.
just smells.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's just. Okay, so
Anyway.
Raccoon blood
Or some other fucking animal. So because of the lack of investigation and evidence that was entered into trial, David is charged with the murder of his entire fucking family, and he's given life in prison after 3 weeks on trial.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. So he ends up serving 13 years before finally being granted an appeal in 2007.
Oh.
And he won. And he was granted a retrial. Okay, so during his retrial, he was acquitted of all charges. And he was set free in 2009. So
my God.
So they didn't have enough evidence to prove he had actually done it. And so
15 years in prison. I mean, including the trial.
No, actually, after 13 years, he posted the bail, I think, to get out of prison so that he could live his life until the trial happened.
Holy shit.
And your whole family is dead, by the way. Like, where do you go? What do you do? I don't know. I have no idea what he did. But the Bain family murders is considered one of New Zealand's most controversial murder cases. Because everybody's like, what the fuck happened? Who did it? Did you just let a murderer loose? I don't really know. I probably should have done a lot more research for you guys, but that's what you get. Now, fucking let that live in your brain for a while.
Wow.
So either an innocent man was accused of murdering his entire family and spent like 13, 14 years in prison of his very young adult life. That's like, you're 35 or something when you get out. Those are some prime time years of you figuring out and setting a foundation for your life.
Yeah. Literally.
Or he did murder his entire family and he's just running around.
And the investigators just kind of botched the investigation and didn't have enough solid evidence against him.
Yeah. But isn't that wild?
Wow.
Oh, Lord, you better watch out.
Wow.
I still don't know what the incentive would be for him, though, to murder his family. Was he unstable? Did he know his dad was doing that shit and he just went fucking crazy? It sounds like his dad was doing some shit.
I mean, it sounds like his dad was doing some shit. It sounds like his
Maybe
dad
that's why
had
the
a motive.
marriage was on the rocks.
Maybe that's why the marriage was on the rocks. But also, I mean, just to play devil's advocate in this scenario or whatever, you could say if the dad was abusing the daughter in this way, chances are he's abusing the rest of the family, right?
Yeah, it's not just the daughter.
Yeah,
sure.
In a certain way, whether that's sexual or not. Maybe David was abused or something and he finally last straw kind of deal and then took out everything. But also I don't know.
How sad is it, though, that there's a very big potential that he too was abused in some way, shape, or form and then fucking penned for it?
Yeah.
If it really was a suicide, or what if somebody else did it and staged it and David found them and was like, oh fuck, I don't know what anybody's
outsider did it.
What if it was that kid's parents who he beat,
that he
student
hit or whatever?
Yeah.
That'd
be crazy.
Fucked up shit.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That's a little beyond petty revenge, That's a little more than a fish in your hubcap.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
In your hubcap?
Yeah.
It's just gonna stink when you drive?
Yeah.
Who's gonna smell it? You're on the inside of the car.
Well, you'd smell it every time you go to your car, and it would stink up in and around your car.
I guess if you
you could put it up under the engine.
That makes more
Yeah.
sense.
Put it by the radiator.
That's why I circulate only inside air, unless somebody farts. Then we put that shit on outside air.
Just open my windows, always.
That's why you lock the windows.
Yeah, I think it would be really strange for an outside person to
have done it
and pin it as a suicide. With and also we're going to say that David's the only survivor because he wasn't here. We'll just make it look like this, maybe.
Yeah. But it didn't sound like it used him by name. I don't know. It was a weird suicide note. Maybe he and his dad were close. I don't know. It's weird. It's all weird.
Also, as a dad, if you're abusing one of your family members, chances are you're abusing all of them in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, you don't sound like a good person.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Whether it's verbally, physically, or sexually, you probably had beef with the rest of the family.
Also, what if everybody's lying and he's really just a nice church-going guy and he got offed while he was praying?
Could have been that.
Don't know. I don't know. But
guess we'll never
David's
know.
free.
That's crazy.
It's a mind fuck.
That is a mind fuck.
I feel so bad. The whole family. At least they died quickly.
Except for Steven.
That's so sad. The youngest one.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we give our outro, we have a special announcement.
An announcement.
I have an announcement. Wednesday, the 25th of May.
The 25th of May.
Is a special gal's birthday. It's somebody's birthday on the 25th of May. And your bestie might have written us in and said, hey, yo,
Hey, yo.
Give this bitch a shout out on her birthday.
Hey, girl.
And your bestie's name is Lucy. Are you freaking out? Do you think it's you? Do you have a bestie named Lucy and your birthday's on the 25th of May also? And is your name Vix? Vix! Because if so, you motherfucking beautiful angel of a darling person, you.
You are a goddamn gem. You
are the baby's breath to a dandelion fart.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
Thanks.
You're a beautiful flower on a sunny day.
You are the sparkles in the starfish assholes of the seas.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
You are the sparkling in apple cider.
And we love you more than all of the stars in the sky.
All of the observable universe.
Everywhere. And inobservable.
The meta. Do you even know there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on this earth, Vix?
We love you more than all of the molecules in a glass of water.
But we don't love you more than Lucy does because she sounds like a badass bestie.
You're goddamn right she does.
Happy birthday, Vix! Happy birthday!
Thanks for listening. You guys are fucking amazing.
Yes!
Great. Anyway.
Okay, so if you guys want to check out pictures pertaining to this case, go to isgdpodcast.com.
Wait.
Side note, what?
We have a thing to open after this.
Oh, yeah, stick around.
So stick around if you want to see that or hear that. If you
It's from
don't,
Jackie. Jackie, get excited. Jackie, get excited. It's for Aaron.
just
Aaron.
me?
It's for Aaron. It's got just your name on it, bitch. That's just for you, girl.
That's just for me.
It's just for you, girl.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so.
Oh, wait. Also, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Someone else sent us something, and it felt like
A CD.
a CD or
I didn't
like
feel it.
something like that. It looked the shape of a CD, and I forgot it at my house, and I'm so sorry. So
That's next week.
Yeah, if you are like, what the fuck, man? I have it. I swear to everything
Jesus.
that I have it, and I'll bring it next week.
I'm so excited.
Don't
for
know
that.
who sent it, so I
I'm
appreciate
so excited.
you.
Okay.
Anyway, go on.
Also, I was going to say, because I said go check out our website.
Yep.
I am behind on the website.
Whoop.
So please forgive me. Like I said, we're behind. We're scrambling.
It's been a time, guys.
It's been a time because we didn't realize how much CrimeCon was going to take. And then life was just crazy in COVID. So I promise to get caught up on those. So if you live for those pictures, if you live for our social media updates or whatever, we're getting there. Just give us a moment and please
Yeah.
be forgiving. And we sorry.
We sorry.
But you will eventually be able to check out pictures pertaining to that case at ISG Podcast. But you know what you can do? You can go there and you can join our Patreon. And for as little as $1, you get an extra episode every month. If you want to,
Sometimes on different days of the month.
we
because
never know when it's going to happen.
This time we're going to be a week behind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but sometime within that month, you will get extra content.
Yeah, you will.
But we try to make it the third Saturday of every month. It's
We
hard.
try.
There's logistics. It's confusing. Anyway, also, there's different tiers. Go check it out. Come support your favorite show. We're
Hell yeah.
fucking love you guys.
Yeah.
You guys literally make us so unbelievably happy. It sounded very condescending, but I was trying to like
You guys make us Scotch Guard our pants.
our underwear. Oh my God. Okay, so what else can they do? They email us at isgdpodcast@gmail.com, or you can join us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. At ISGD Podcast is our handle. Come join us. We're on Facebook, and we have the goddamn pod group on Facebook, and there's like thousands of us at this point. Is there only 1,000?
I think there's 1,000.
Okay, there's exactly 1,000 of us. Come join us. It's fun. We hang out, we chat, we shoot the shit. We're all besties there. It doesn't have to be true crime. Half the time, we're not even talking about true crime. We're just like, hey, what's up?
That's true.
And you're like, I'm bored. Fuck yeah, me too. How you doing? And then everybody's like, I live in Texas too. And I'm just like, I love you guys.
Mm-hmm. And half the time we're like, yeah, Ashton, ask your crush out.
Yeah,
Hell
ask
yeah.
her out, Ashton.
Get it.
Did
Get
she say
it.
yes? She gonna say yes.
She gonna say yes.
She gonna say, and if she doesn't say yes, go to the next one.
Yeah,
because she
fuck
said
it.
no.
Because she said
I was gonna say, keep asking. That's not the right
Don't do
answer.
that. No, don't keep asking. But you know what? You're a beautiful, special soul, and you deserve happiness, and you're going to fucking find it. So
That's
you
right.
know what? We just cheer each
She's
other
gonna
up.
say yes anyway.
She probably will.
She's totally gonna say
But
yes.
we just pump each other up, you know?
Yeah. Ashton,
fucking
go
got
ask her
this.
out. Ask her out.
Get
ask
it.
her out.
Get
ask
it.
her out. Ask her out. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Also, you can snail mail us at
P.O. Box 2764, Spring Valley, California, 91979.
boop boop. And let's open this shit
Okay.
up. Let's open this shit up. It's from
Jackie.
Jackie Wood.
Ooh, she pressed it firmly to seal.
Oh, yeah, she did. Oh, man, it's hot in here. This
Ooh,
ponytail
yeah, it
ain't
is.
doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, girl, get it. Ooh,
yeah,
yeah,
it is.
rip that package.
Ooh, I'm
Rip it
gonna.
good. Rip that
Ooh.
shit just like you should. The top, the middle.
The middle.
What's inside the package diddle?
Ooh, there is a 3x5 card.
Okay.
Which to read, I'm assuming. It's not. It's full. You have such pretty handwriting.
She said you could read it out loud on the podcast.
Okay. She said it is dated 5/18/22.
Oh, that's not even that long ago.
Erin.
That was really fast.
After listening to a past episode, the one wherein Stacy had the pizza blanket, it was, I think, you said your secret Santa flaked on your gift. Aww, I don't think they did. I think it got delivered and then it never went to delivery. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. I appreciate everything where that this is going, though. That's really fucking sweet.
I know.
That's really fucking sweet.
I know.
Okay,
She's too good to us.
I got you a little something. I know it's super late. Better late than never, right? It's not much, but when I saw it, I thought of you. I also got one for myself. Fuck yeah. We are kind of the same person. Absolutely. Anyway, I hope you like it. Merry late Christmas, Jackie Wood. P.S. I really do only like maybe 3 people. You and Stace are 2 of them. Oh,
Yay! We made the cut.
Oh my gosh.
Open it.
It's a shirt. It says, I like true crime. And maybe like 3 people. It's so soft. Oh my God, you're so sweet.
Oh my God, that's super cute.
It is actually. I'm going to wear it all the time.
Yay!
It's really soft.
And it's in black. It makes you look pretty.
Are you saying I don't look pretty without in this?
No, I'm just saying that black makes us look pretty. Black and blue.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like
Black
our
and
pretty
blue,
colors.
baby. Black and blue, baby.
It's like
Thank
our pretty
you,
colors.
Jackie. You're so fucking sweet.
Isn't that so nice of her?
so nice.
Yay!
Aw, I don't deserve you.
Yes, you do, you beautiful soul.
Aw,
Yes, you
I don't
do.
deserve you either. You're one of my
No,
people.
you don't, but that's okay. No,
No,
I'm just
you
kidding.
don't.
Yeah, you work hard, baby. Okay, on that note, toodles noodles.
Bye.
Bye.